Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit, sitting in the parking lot of my local Savers thrift store. I just left. I got out. It's a Friday evening. I was just killing a little bit of time. I came out empty-handed. I actually didn't find anything, but it reminded me of a tip that I wanted to share with you guys, which is really, really helpful. Okay, so let's just say you're inside of a thrift store or whatever, right? You're sourcing and maybe you're using the Amazon Seller app or Scout IQ, and you look at an item and you scan it, and it's very profitable, but the rank is ridiculously high. For example, I actually was looking at a home improvement item where the rank was 951,000, which is super high. Typically, I'm looking to, buy items in that category less than 400,000. But what I noticed was, A, it was very profitable. So it was selling for about $50. B, I looked at the reviews, and the reviews were at like 85. It was like a 4-star, 85. But the problem was the rank was super high. Well, you have to keep in mind, sometimes the rank of a product is super high because maybe there's been none in stock or there's been a low supply. So if there's an item that people want, but the market, the market's hungry for it, but there's no supply for it, which means there's no sellers like you and I listing it. And this item was actually, it was a discontinued thermostat, okay? And the reality is, if people want it, but they can't get it, it's not going to be selling, which means the rank is going to go up and up and up. Now, this item actually ended up having a little bit of damage, but I left it behind. But one quick tip that you can utilize in a thrift store is to download the Keepa app. Yes, Keepa does have an app. A lot of people don't talk about it. Download the Keepa app and have that on your phone, because when I come across an item that is profitable, the review count is high, it has, maybe a 4 or 5 star, like it's something that people enjoyed, but the rank is super high and it's profitable. But I want to know, like, what I'm always thinking is this actually going to sell? Because again, you could buy 1,000 products that are, all $1,000 profit that each one's going to make you. But if it never sells, then what do you really have? You have nothing. Use the Keepa Chrome extension to, what I always do is I scan the product with the Amazon Seller app and I'll copy the ASIN. I'll go into the details, copy the ASIN, and I'll paste it into the Keepa app, okay? And then what I'm doing is I'm looking at the Keepa chart to see how many green drops there are. Now, this one right here was actually selling all the time, but guess what? About 6 months ago, it went out of stock. Now, this is a discontinued item. I could imagine it's probably over 10 years old, and there just was nobody selling it. But what I noticed was, and actually in March, there was one sale, but it was like 5 months before, there was like 5 or 6 sales, and it was popular, but there's just been none on the market. So guess what? The rank went super high. I would have bought this 951,000 rank home improvement item. I think it was home improvement. It was one of those categories, but it was super high, but I still would have bought it, because what the chart told me is when this product is in stock, it sells. So don't just pass on items all because the rank is super high. I mean, especially if you're looking outside of like media categories, because Scout IQ is really not going to show you much. I'm not sure. Does Scoutly give you the number of monthly sales for all the categories? Because if so, then I guess you don't really need this. But still, by using the Keepa app, you can look at the chart and see every time there's a drop, you could essentially, think to yourself, that was a sale. Now, did that go to a merchant, FBA, used or new? You're not really going to be able to know that. Well, I'm sure you could tell if it's FBA or merchant fulfilled if you go into maybe into some of more of the advanced details. But this is a great little tip. Download it. If you haven't downloaded the Keepa app, get it on your phone. It's always great to be able to look a little bit deeper, to look under the hood, to really get a feel for, when has this been selling? Did it sell in March? Did it sell 2 weeks ago? Did it sell, 6 months ago? Especially when you're dealing with slower selling items. So let me know in the comments down below, when you come across high ranked items that are profitable, but you're like, man, I wonder how many times this is actually selling. I want to know. Put a comment down below. Do you ever copy and paste the ASIN in or look up that product to take a closer look in the chart when you're out, obviously not at your home, you're out at the thrift stores, garage sales? Let me know. But I just want to say I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love.